I'm hoping that this works. So fingers crossed. Okay. It's cold today. It's really, really cold today. Really, really cold. So apologies if there is a slight delay today. This is the first time that I'm using professional streamed software, which is a little bit different than I normally do on my phone. But I thought we could do a little Christmas rune reading and an Ask Lorien session about anything that you want to do with spirituality and stuff like that. If you are wanting to have a reading from me, the reading is best able to be gone through the link below in the description, which is my website, or email me lorientarot@gmail.com. And also, if you want to buy me a coffee, that link is down below as well. So this reading, this live session, should I say, I am not answering personal forecast questions. I'm just going to do the connection with the runes for Christmas, and then we're going to see what kind of comes through for the next, I think, yeah, just over the Christmas period. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to put my energy in this particular set of runes here. Let's see what we can get for over Christmas and into the new year. Alright, let's shuffle. Oh, okay. Alrighty. So, as you may know, we start from here and we move this way. This area here is very much the connection that comes through for everybody. And I do feel like a lot of this is to do with personal achievements, personal goals, stuff like that. So I'm really thinking that there's a lot of personality coming through in regards to the runes and things like that that are coming through. So we're starting here, this is the present time, and then as we move forwards, the runes kind of come through that way. So we have creativity, we have personal beliefs, we have a lot of positivity coming through here as well. This is a very strong connection in regards to happiness and hope, and having that feeling of just completion, your efforts being realized, the peace, the goodwill, that sort of feeling that seems to be coming through for everybody, and that concerted effort, basically. So this is kind of a good thing. You know, we need to have peace over Christmas. We need to have a nice sort of connection here. And I do feel like we are going to earn that as well. So that's going to be quite a nice positive connection, I think. And then coming through here, we do have the absolutely wonderful card rune, which is in Goose, which is about balance and productivity. Now, balance and productivity is incredibly promising. It has a very good feeling of understanding, that sort of feeling of relief and home and caring. Bit of common sense as well, actually, I will have to say. And it does also feel like there's a lot of positivity coming through from this as well. I would say that there's also a slight delay in regards to some news coming in for some of us, even though we've got Mercury coming out of retrograde very soon. It feels like there's a lot of potential happening around us, that over Christmas we may still having this delayed news, and we do need that balance. We do need the balance of having that not overindulgent just underneath that. So that's going to be quite a positive time for all of us here. But then we have Bacana reverse. This is about maybe a bit of loss of control. So hopefully we're not going to have too much of a overindulgence on Christmas Day because it does feel a little bit like there's things happening around us that we can't really control. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that we can't really control it. We can't really, you know, I think put ourselves into the status as to where we're kind of going, well, we need to do this, we need to do this. We're controlling ourselves too much. So it has to be, again, a little bit of a balance, a little bit of a movement coming through. We do have Laguz, which is life energy and drama and dreams and all this sort of thing that's coming through for Christmas. So I feel like our imagination and our life energy is coming through quite positively. And I do feel that this is coming in for a much nicer, lighter time and a beautiful connection with a lot of different people. This is all about a cohesive energy, something that seems to be needing to balance ourselves and something that we can also kind of strive to understand. This is quite a promising, connective energy, and I think this is all coming to fruition very much over the Christmas period. And then we have the strength card, strength rune reversed, which is all about rashness and maybe being a little bit too hasty in regards to some of the decisions that we're making. So maybe dwell a little bit more on the New Year's resolutions before you make them. And also on here we do have this particular rune, which is quite a positive rune. It's a filler, and this is about group order, property, experience, that kind of connection where you may feel more at home with yourself, because I don't think this is just relating to a building. This is more relating to how you feel in regards to yourself at home. So this is feeling maybe comfortable in your own skin for the first time in a while, and also maybe a little bit better or easier when you feel like you're away from your family's eyes, maybe, you know, because I know some people really don't like spending the holidays with their family and stuff like that. So it could be something that you're trying to achieve here and trying to kind of move forward with in general. So let me just see what I can do with this. So as you may have guessed already, if you have only just tuned in, I am still working with this Wirecast thing down there. So I'm just going to try and figure out how to do this over the course of the next few days. Oh, thank you, Polly. I think it is your name, Polly. Thank you. I'm glad that it's very spot on for you. So I'm going to be doing, like I say, a bit of a question and answer session, which is all about your spiritual questions, like, you know, how to get in touch with your guides, stuff like that. But before we go on to that, I feel as though there's some things that that are coming through for Christmas that may need to be said. So there will be a lot of things going back and forth. There will be positivity, there will be negativity, but I think you have to kind of come into a certain way where you're not giving a lot of, you know, shoving people off if they're too negative. And I know it's kind of hard, but it's kind of like, if in this reflective time, anything that you're trying to shove back against is probably going to gain more speed, because it's weird, because the happiest a lot of other people are, the worse some shadows kind of get. And I'm not saying to be scared of that, but I'm just saying to just kind of ignore it rather than push back against it. So don't shout at it, don't make the situation worse, just ignore it completely. That's probably the best thing that you can do over this Christmas holiday period and into the new year. But I do feel that 2018 is going to be a lot better, 2018 is going to be a lot nicer. And if you do have a lot of questions and Q&As and things like that for personal things, I would say to either ask me on the question and answer session for the live readings, which will be at the weekend. Do let me know if that's convenient for you, because I am going to do it probably in GMT my time. And also we're going to be having a look at some kind of progression. Maybe I'll do a spell, maybe I'll kind of do a candle meditation for a good Christmas on Christmas Eve, something like that. That might be a thing to do. Do let me know in the comments below if you think that's going to be nice. But I do think that this is all coming together for something. Like, we're going to have this nice energy. The self is going to be raised up. We're going to be more of a light area. So it's definitely going to be a positive time for us. And I do feel like those who are not wanting to have a positive time, probably going to be a little bit of a stress around that thing. So yeah, I do think that a lot of us will have to kind of just go with the flow a little bit more. But if you do have any questions about how to connect with your spirit guides, anything not personal, as in will my something something or will this happen, this is not predictive on an individual basis today. This is just ask the person who knows a little bit about spirit guides and stuff. But I'm just going to do a little bit of a shuffle. Whoa, hello. Okay, so we have indigo and crystal children. Some of you may be an indigo or crystal child, or you have an indigo or crystal child, but this seems to say that you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. So this is actually quite a good card to have around this time, especially in the Northern Hemisphere. So I feel like this is going to be something that we're kind of tuning into. Children at the moment are incredibly sensitive. They're incredibly wise, even though they can, even though they can try your patience. But it does feel like a lot more children are being born in this kind of vein now. Particularly, I think it's the rainbow children, crystal children, that kind of thing. Because the indigos are kind of my age now, so, born in the 80s and all that kind of stuff. So we don't really want to focus on the indigos too much. But if you are an indigo person in particular, make sure that you're treating yourself very kindly, because you could be an empath. Okay, you could be an empath. I'll put that over there. Let's have a look. And just one more card, because it feels like they are wanting me to connect a little bit more with the angels here. Hello. Patience. Ooh. Okay, so over this time we need patience. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So do definitely connect with that in a way, put more influence down there, and basically have this deep connection that's coming through for you here. I feel like this is, for some of us, we can't wait for 2018 to come. For some of us, we're like, get on with it, get on with it, get on with it. But that's kind of wishing time away. Take solace in these last few weeks of the year. Look back at what 2017 has given you and be patient for the new beginning. And I think as soon as you just kind of let go and go, okay, well, it'll come in its own time, you'll probably be a lot happier. It's probably going to be that feeling of just, okay, just kind of let it go, just breathe, just let it all out, and have that feeling of just pushing that to one side and, don't really focus on it too much. Because that's all you need. I think that's all you need, is just to have that break. Do not wish it away. Do not say, I can't wait till I do this or I do that next year. You've got a long way yet. Just kind of be in the moment, learn from what you're actually experiencing, and continue on with that. So I'm just going to have a look at the chat now. Hello, everybody. Hello, Anissa. Merry Christmas, everybody. Okay, so Jayla and Anielka, I can't really answer those questions at the moment because those are personal reading questions. I do sometimes do them. I'll be doing a session like that this weekend. But if you do want to have this connection with me at the moment, maybe best to just either buy a reading or wait till this weekend when I will be answering some people's questions. So let's have a look and see. So Polly, you would like to know how you can connect with your higher self and intuition more clearly and strongly. I cannot recommend meditation enough. I really cannot. Meditation is especially handy throughout this Christmas period as well. If you do celebrate Christmas, if you don't, I apologise. But this tip can maybe help you too. Get some fairy lights and turn all your lights in, turn every other one off and just keep the fairy lights on, and just kind of meditate with some nice music and just kind of breathe, because that's how I started when I was about 14. And I just used to sit in the area in my living room with the lights off, with the Christmas tree blaring, because we had about 1,000 lights on there, but it was still very muted. It was still very nice and angelic. So I used to sit there and I used to put music on, some soundtracks, probably Lord of the Rings or something like that, and I used to be able to meditate, and I used to kind of visualize things that come through. So that was the start of my visual journey, and over the course of time the meditation increases, the encouragement increases, and I feel like you will connect with your guides, you will connect with things that are coming through to you, and you will experience more of an understanding with yourself. For instance, if you have a lot of anxiety, as I know a lot of people do, if you have a lot of maybe some issues with yourself and stuff like that, and personal issues, and you're very stressed and you don't know where to turn, because I know that this is a very stressful time for some people, all you need to do is basically shut down a little bit. There was a beautiful meditation on YouTube about being a tree, and you were a seedling and you were growing into a tree, and that calms me right down. That calms me absolutely down, and it just makes you more prepared, and it connects you to the earth energies, which sometimes we just have to do. And if you're not living near nature, then that can be really handy to just kind of reconnect in that way. So I do feel like there's a lot of potentials for what you can do over Christmas, just to kind of mute yourself a little bit and go into your higher self. Because with all this stress of running around everywhere, and it's the end of the year, and oh my gosh, just kind of be patient, kind of roll into yourself, and don't be too hasty to wish this year away. Jayla, everyone has a spiritual guide as far as I know. As for who is it, again, that's probably something that needs me to open my own channels. And to be honest, I do have a spiritual guide reading available on my website if you need that, but I'm not open tonight. I'm just kind of doing my general intuition thing. So that's just me at the moment. I'm just going to do that for today, and just ask you, just be patient with me, because sometimes opening a channel and getting all the information that you need from my spirit guides and stuff like that, rather than just intuition and the third eye, that can be really stressful. And they can give you so much information at one time, and every single time I do a reading, I am strengthening myself, I am pushing myself, and I am learning. I've been doing this for some years now, and the thing is that you never learn 100% as to what's going on. That's something that's very gradual, and even people who are 90 years old are still learning every day. They know a lot, but then they're still learning. So I'm just having a look now again at the chat. Yeah, Polly, is great, isn't it? And I think the wind chime, and flowing water. Flowing water really does work for me, but make sure that you've been to the toilet or attended the lavatory before you do put anything like flowing water and things like that on there, because that's the thing. I think that you just have to kind of rest and be pure a little bit. MJ, messages from your twin Cancer man. I think again that's personal, really, that I'd need to talk to my guides about, but I'm not open tonight. No, don't worry at all, Jayla. No, that's fine. If there is anything that you want to ask about, it's just because I'm kind of aware that if I expend myself too much, then I'm not going to be any good for customers or myself or day to day. So that's kind of what we need to just do. Sometimes, we have to sort of monitor ourselves and make sure that we're, as spiritual beings and also as readers and stuff like that, just make sure that we're not really going overboard with stuff. And hi Zoni, or the Zoni, I don't know what you prefer. But yes, I think it's a very stressful time. Everybody's going up and down and up and down, around and round, and stressful, and it's a very consumerist time, and I just think we forget a lot of the time just to make sense for us, just be, and just let ourselves feel the moment. So I want people to do more of that. I want people to feel more like they're understanding. And I will just, while people are on, just say again, this weekend, probably Saturday, or maybe Christmas Eve, probably Saturday, I will be doing a live question and answer for spiritual things, and I'll probably end it with a little bit of a spell or a candle lighting, just so we can get this energy going for a good Christmas. And I may do it again for New Year, but it depends how it is on the whatnot. on the Saturday. See, I'm tired. But yeah, and also I would want to tell you that if I get to 10,000 subscribers, not only will I be doing a giveaway, but I'm about 50 subscribers away, but I will also be able to do out some bulletins, so I can tell you when these sessions are happening, give you polls, give you questions, but it's unfortunately only open to 10,000 subscribers above. So if you could like and share the videos so I can get that service out to you, and also the giveaway, that'd be great. Anissa, let's have a look at what you asked me just now. During meditation, you have difficulty visualizing. Does that make meditating less effective for you? Not at all. Not at all. You're not the only one to have trouble visualizing. I still sometimes have trouble visualizing. And, you know, the thing is, our conscious mind has 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And we can't keep track of all of those. And not all of them are nice. So if you are at any point wanting to sort of focus on this and do this and kind of go through with it and just visualize this and visualize that, it does take practice. Some people aren't visualizing people, you know, people who read books, for instance. Some people read them and see a movie playing inside their head. Some people read them and just see a block of pictures every now and then. That's what vision boards are for, you know, and just visualize that you have that. Visualize basically is a thing that says feel. You don't have to necessarily see it, you just have to feel it. So like feel as though you have everything that you need. You know, and imagine, I think that's better. That's better. Imagine that you have everything that you need right now. How does that make you feel? And that's probably a different technique. Visualization can sometimes be a bit more of a stretch. And I do think that this is kind of a thing that we do too often. You just kind of put too much pressure on yourself. So long as you meditate and feel yourself calming down, visualization does not necessarily need anything. You just need to focus on your breath. That's the main start of meditation for a lot of people, and it's how I started. So unless you're trying to do law of attraction or visualize something and manifest it into being, no, it will not make it any less effective. It's the same as witches who have trouble in, you know, manifesting things and visualizing things. It is honestly nothing that you have to worry about. I truly, truly mean that. It's a case of sometimes you work on it, sometimes you just find a different technique that works for you. So, and I apologise in advance for my creaky chair. Oh, just have to shift. But I'm aware that we're going into the last maybe a few minutes now, so if there is any other questions that people want to just direct at me at the moment, that is fine. But they are, I think, they're driving me to do some readings, so I'm just going to do one card to end the reading here and see everybody on their way. And just for time purposes, I am on about 9 PM at the moment. Zoni, your natal chart indicates a definite affinity for being psychic or a medium, but you don't feel it much. Is it true, and what can I do to get there? Well, without seeing your natal chart or doing your natal chart for you, I can't really comment on that. I do astrology, but without actually doing that personal reading, with regards to that, I can't pick it out how to do it. But a good place to start is just to see if you can do the basic meditation with your deep breaths, focus on your breath. And one thing that started with me was that when I had my third eye start buzzing, and then I used to focus on the third eye and the feeling of the third eye buzzing. And you probably do know, you probably already have the medium psychic abilities, but you just don't know it. You don't recognize it as being psychic abilities or stuff like that. I know I didn't. I mean, I wasn't aware of anything that I was doing about a few years ago that was psychic or medium ability until somebody told me. So there we go. And it also depends on your own personal thing. So, 10 of Pentacles. We are having a great time. We are having a magnificent transformation, establishment, and it's pretty darn good. So, this is very good for growth. This is very good for being quite in the zone, and because it's also this kind of theme for Christmas, is kind of a nice generosity that comes in. So to end, I will just put this here. Email me lorientarot@gmail.com if you need any help at all. Any help at all. The links to my email and my coffee and my website are down below. Hello Samantha, I'm sorry, I'm just wrapping up now, but I do hope that you found this a little bit helpful. Again, Saturday, I'm going to try and do this for a question and answer when I'm opened up, when I'm channeled, and get some information for you guys. But if you do want a reading in the meantime, click the link below to my website and you'll be able to see all the readings that I offer. But in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can actually stop this now, because this is new for me. So blessed be everybody, take care of you guys, and I'll see you at the end of the